welcome to another edition of On the Needle, and welcome to another Friday. The weekend is here again. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump right into it. Today we're talking about Trombone Shorty. Now this is the only Trombone Shorty album that I own. It's called Lifted, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I was first introduced to Trombone Shorty. Really? So I'm gonna try to keep going without having my dog interrupt my video. But as I was saying before I was kind of rudely interrupted, Trombone Shorty I was first introduced to him, I should say, on the Poetry in Motion album by the Soul Rebels. I believe I've reviewed that one as well. But this is a jazz album. He's a trombonist, and I love it. It's very upbeat. I like having it on for background music. There's certain albums I feel like that supply background music and it's not that great, but then sometimes it is really great, but you still like having it on in the background, if that makes sense. I listen to this kind of often if I'm working. And it's just a jam. I love it. Some of my favorites on here, and this is the track listing. I love Lie to Me. I love What It Takes, Lifted, and I'd say Miss Beautiful. Those are my favorites on the album. So it was produced by Chris Seafried, I believe is how you say his name. I'm not sure exactly who that is, but hey, Chris, you did a great job on the production. I'll say that. And I love here too, how the cover and this artwork, it feels very personable. It doesn't feel overdone, overtouched, which the music is the same way. It feels pretty raw, gritty, but then at the same time, it's, that down home feel too. And I believe Trombone Shorty is from Louisiana. It definitely has that kind of New Orleans, like big band feel when you listen to it. So I love this album, actually. I'm surprised I haven't reviewed this one sooner, to be honest. And I think that's really cool in here too. Trombone Shorty recognizes his mother and says that this album would not have been possible without everything I learned from my mother, Lois Nelson Andrews. She is my inspiration and my teacher in keeping the culture and spirit of Treme alive. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. But yes, I love this album, and they do have the credits here. It's not colored or anything like that, so it's a pretty basic, well, I don't want to say basic album, but basic packaging rather. But it is a heavy vinyl, and we love a heavy vinyl, don't we? I love that. I mean, it's heavy too. So can totally appreciate that. And I got this on Amazon, and it wasn't a bad price either. I can't remember exactly what I paid for it, but it was under $25. So hey, I'm building up my jazz collection here. I've gotten a little bit more into jazz here recently. I think I'm more of a fan of the upbeat jazz music. Of course, I have like a Duke Ellington album. I have Miles Davis. I think I have a couple of Miles Davis albums. And they're great too, of course, legends. No one would dispute that. But I do like some of the new age jazz too, like the Clear Light album that I reviewed a few months ago. This one is really great. Even Soul Rebels, I feel like, has a lot of jazz elements in it, along with that big band sound too. But y'all should really check this out. Listen to it if you have not already. It is a great album, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it just as much as I do, even though you may not be a big jazz head. It's a great album. So thank you all for checking out this video, as always, and definitely keep subscribing, keep liking, sharing, commenting, all of that. Really, really appreciate it. And until next Friday, peace.